Greetings. It's Thursday. It's 5 minutes to 7 o'clock. And yeah, I've got things under control, I think. I'm feeling, I have the problem that I have the student personal line of credit that I took out in order to be able to pay for my insulation. So I'm paying that off every paycheck, right? And I'm really trying to get it gone, so I'm paying $500 per paycheck. And I always feel, oh, this is stupid. No, I always feel, no, decide what you feel. I feel okay. I'm okay. Look how far ahead I am. I won't be spending that much money. It's okay, all right? I look at all my expenses along the way, and I think I'm going to be okay to pay $500. And then sometimes, for some reason or other, I get down to minimal money, okay? Minimal money is, hundreds in my account. And I know some people say, that's great, but for me, you're supposed to have lots of money in your account because if some emergency happens, what will you do, okay? So I always worry when it gets down to the hundreds, especially to the lower hundreds. I really worry. So that's what I'm worrying about now, is that I'm getting down to the lower hundreds. Now, on the other hand, every day I look in my refrigerator and I go, okay, well, I'm eating what will I eat tonight? And there's lots of food in there. Sometimes I'm standing there going, well, I've got cans of beans. I can eat cans of beans. And I've got some frozen green beans downstairs, so I'm okay. But that's sort of like emergency food. On the other hand, I've got a frozen turkey in there. I have so much food in there that I forget about. So I'm really holding myself to it. I'm not going shopping, grocery shopping this week. I'm not going grocery shopping before the next pay, which is next week. And, it makes me nervous, and yet I know I don't have anything to be nervous about. You know how long I can last on one of those boxed turkeys? I can feed visitors and still last for days and days on that boxed turkey. So I know it's just the worry. My parents told me you have to have this much in, you can't live paycheck to paycheck, And yet all the time I'm living paycheck to paycheck. But I'm not supposed to shake my finger. Don't live paycheck to paycheck. It's not the way you're supposed to do it. Well, I'm sorry. I'm not a lucky person who has a job that pays a lot of money. No. So I have to live paycheck to paycheck. Of course, I also spend money. I have spent money in the past. So this is, okay, you insulated your house. That is an acceptable expense. There goes Tracy. Tracy and I, that's another thing. I have to spend money tomorrow because I have agreed. Tracy has agreed. Tracy has generously offered to help me because I have such a hard time with gardening. I so needed Dina. She was, wonderful to have in terms of gardening. And I don't have her anymore, and I cannot do it myself. I can't. I can do some things, but when I do them, I suffer, and that affects my work. So really the way I've set up this place is for me to be able to live here and someone do the gardening. So the gardening should be a minimal. And it was before my son and his partner came along and lived here for a while and decided to put a flower bed there and to spiff up the flower, well, put a flower bed there. So 2 flower beds that were never there before. There was just grass. They put in those 2. Then my sister-in-law put in the flower bed at the back and the flower bed, which is not even on my property, at the side of my property. So there are 4 flower beds that I had never had and just had straight grass, easy to take care of. Now there are 4 flower beds that you have to weed and water and mulch and put plants into and stuff like that. So we started talking about that. And Tracy said, you know what? I'm going to help you out of the goodness of my heart and being my neighbor. I'm going to help you. She's often said that she could help me, and I've never accepted her help. I've always managed to, do the raking myself and do everything myself. But this time, I'm at least taking her suggestions, and I'm going to take her help where I need it. So I do have to go shopping, and it's going to go on the credit card, just because I want to be careful with my bank. Right? So I'm going to use my credit, which is good. Use your credit. My credit needs to be paid off next week, and it's kind of high. So that's troublesome, but I can put more on it because that's not this paid. Credit, I hate credit. Anyway, we're going to get rid of that flower bed over the one under the lilac bushes. I really didn't ever want that. Hello, sparrow. So that's going to disappear. That's going to get seeded over. The flower bed, all the flower beds at the back, the plants that are in them are going to get transferred, like the hostas, transferred to the front, transfer to the front, transfer to the front. I think, yeah, the hostas that are in the back, and yeah, they're going to get transferred to the front. Yeah. And the most of the flower beds at the back are going to be seeded over grass, and the garden, the lawn is going to get seeded. Okay, so I'm going to get some soil from here. I'm going to get some soil myself. How much soil do I don't need to get soil. Do I need to get soil? I'll have to look at my shopping list. So, yeah. Tracy's gonna help me. Tracy's gonna help me. She's a very generous person. And my lawnmower, poor lady. Nicole? Is her name Nicole? I can't even remember. I have to call her by her name a few more times. The person who's moving in next door, who mows my lawn, we're going to ask her to take her whippersnapper to the intrusive weeds that are at the back and keep that down by killing it every time. Rather than pulling it out, really? We'll ask her advice, what she thinks is better. So we're just going to mow everything down that doesn't belong there. Leave the lily of the valley. They're taking over all over the place. Yeah. So that's what's happening. I'm getting rid of that flower bed under the lilac bushes. Never wanted it. Never wanted the one at the back because you get the dirt there and it splashes up dirt. You have grass there, you don't get that splash up. Yeah, just whatever. So that's what's happening. But I have to spend money. And yeah, I'm worrying about my my credit card owing next week. That's coming up. And I really wish I hadn't paid the $500 into my, but you know, the longer that hangs around, the more you pay. Oh, yeah. And then I tell myself, you know, don't stress out. You can do it. Don't worry. And I forget about it for a while. And then I start talking about it, and then I remember. But whatever. I can do it. I can do it. And it's going to be a very quiet summer, as it always is. And yeah. There's no Grey's Anatomy on tonight. So there's no popcorn tonight. Darn. I was really looking forward to that. So I had a really good supper. I had sweet potatoes. I bought, after finishing off the last turkey sausages, which, you know, after you do a whole package of those big turkey franks, or was it sausages? Turkey sausages or turkey sausages? Yeah, you should stop doing that. So I bought some tofu dogs. No, tofu frankfurters, really big, thick. And I had one of those tonight. I will have it differently tomorrow night because I'll fry it more tomorrow night. Fried it, but I had them cut too thick. So yeah, tomorrow differently. So I had sweet potatoes, turkey franks, turkey sausages, some ramen, onion, and green beans, all mixed together. Hello, Ellie. Hello. Oh no, sorry. Hello, Aggie. How can I get you and Ellie mixed up? There is no blaze. No, there's no blaze on you. Don't step on my keyboard. She's not stepping on the keyboard. She's stepping around it. But you threatened to sit on it. Really, you did. Aggie? Yeah, so no Grey's Anatomy. That's annoying. So next, but they have been renewed. They are coming back. And all is well in the Grey's Anatomy world. I'm happy. Which means that, you know, everything's good. The guy I don't like is gone. Gone. Fine. What am I watching tonight? Poirot. I haven't watched Poirot in a while, and this is a newer Poirot. So I looked, was it 2018, I think? I don't know if I've seen that. 19, 20, 21. Oh, I doubt it. I really doubt it. I haven't watched a lot of Poirot in the last 3 years. Certainly not new Poirot. And this one didn't sound familiar, so I'm looking forward to Poirot tonight. Oh. That is, that's cool. Really? That's him? That was him? Quite possibly was him. Anyway, yeah, so the Leafs lost last night. But it's okay. And you know, Gail gave me her outlook on that game last night. She says, oh yeah, well, it's not like it really mattered, and I don't think they played that hard. I said, oh, you mean they did it on purpose? Well, she says, I don't think they lost on purpose, but I don't think they tried very hard to win. It's at this point, she said, in the, you know, they're this close to the playoffs, you don't risk your players by playing hard. Interesting, eh? The, not the water heater, the, Water softener is running cycling water through it. I don't know, it was a slate. At least it's not happening in the middle of the night, which it used to, until I had them change it. But I get the idea that it's happening later and later, or it just probably doesn't happen often because it's just me, so probably just doesn't happen often. Yes, water softener. I have one of those. Yeah, so everything that I said is fine. Is there anything else, Aggie? Do you remember anything else? No? She really looks like her sister except for the blaze, right? So, ergo the confusion. You're all beautiful. And you do look alike. They do look alike. Their faces are the same. They're not Julia's face. So, yeah. So I'm going to have my chocolate, and then later on I'll have my orange. I always have a small orange. I really don't feel like having a large orange. Arlo and Mimi gave me a bag full of oranges at one point when they came by. And, you know, it was nice, but it was more than I wanted at that point of the night. It's my last liquid that I have at the end of the night, and I don't want a whole orange worth. I want a small orange worth, just to moisten my mouth. Anyway, lots of gossip yesterday, but it's all immaterial. Immaterial. There goes my lilac bush. Yes, I'm really looking forward to those getting covered over. I don't need mulch. Mulch. I needed mulch before when I thought I needed mulch for that flower bed. I don't need mulch. So the mulch is not the problem. I don't think I need to buy mulch. Hi, Tracy. She's back. Anyway.